Good morning. It's a Saturday morning. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you all are going to have some barbecue on Monday. Kansas City is known for its barbecue. By the way, my name's Richard. Welcome to Garden by the Yard. Guys, I'm sorry about the voice. I've been fighting laryngitis. It's been kicking my butt. These allergies have just been tearing me up. It's been a week since I made a video and put the tomato plants into the ground, and I want to take you out there and show you how they're doing. And we're going to put some pepper plants in the ground, and let's get out to the garden. Well, let's get in here, and I'll go down the tomato plant row that we did last week, and they really bounced back. I always get worried about them the first couple of days that I put them in because they just look terrible, like they're just going to lay down and die. And these are actually sprung back up, and they've actually got some growth on them, so they didn't stay in shock for too long. And down here is where I had put in the loofahs. And to Cheryl, my sister, that I'm planting these for, they are doing wonderful. And on both sides. And right through here, I put in marigolds. And the loofahs on this side are doing well too. The tomatoes that I put in 2 weeks ago, they're looking really good. And I think they're going to do well, Lord willing. Down here, I've already got the holes drilled and about 4 to 6 inches deep. And this is where I'm going to be putting the pepper plants in today. And we are going to be planting a variety: jalapenos, lessias, and mini bells, California greats. There's the big bell pepper. And we're going to be also putting in just a few scorpions. And I'm going to give those away to my friends. Well, guys, let me get these plants in. Just give you a quick shot of the okra. It is surviving and thriving. And as soon as I get these plants in, I will bring you right back. Well, good morning. It's been about 2 weeks since that video that I just made. I've been really sick. I ended up getting a lung infection and infection in my throat and in my ear. But you know what? With the help of a little bit of antibiotics, I am on the mend. Hey, my name's Richard. Welcome to Garden by the Yard. I want to take you back out to the garden and show you exactly what 2 weeks does to tomato plants and pepper plants. And I'm going to show you how I prune tomato plants. I get a lot of questions, especially from friends and family, just exactly how do you prune your tomato plants. Well, I'm going to take you out there and show you. Nice, bright, sunny day. And let me get the camera off of the stand and let's go out to the garden. By the way, to friends and family, thank you for the prayers. It is much appreciated. Let's start over here with the cucumbers and marigolds that I put in. And I tried to go every other one. I've got zinnias here on the end, but I'm going to leave 2 cucumber plants in each hole and just string them up to the trellis. But they're starting to come on, and I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it's diatomaceous, I think. I've been sprinkling that on. You have to put it out every time it rains, but it really keeps those beetles down from what I hear. This is the first year I'm going to be using it. This is a squash that the Florida Indians have been planting, I don't know, 1,000 years, 1,500 years. About a 3-foot long squash, and it's orange. And I'm excited to see if I get a crop this year off of this. And this is the loofah that I have planted for my sister, and it's doing well. I expect it to start taking off. The marigolds are starting to come up. I've been thinning them, and more loofah plants right there. And I've got some zucchini on the outside of the loofah. I think that's going to look pretty. I like pretty. I put some green beans in, and these are bush. I think they're Kentucky Blue Wonder. I think that's what Susan got, but they're doing well. And down here I have got some pepper plants. I think these on the end here are California Giants. They should be a giant bell pepper. We'll see how they do this year. And on the end is where I put the scorpions. Now the tomato plants have really made a comeback. In 2 weeks' time, since that video you just watched, they have grown tremendously. And I'll just walk down the aisle and give you a shot of this. I mean, they are doing really well. I went ahead and put the stringers up because they were starting to lay on the ground, and I pruned this row about a week ago. I haven't been able to do very much because I've been pretty sick. And over here, I did these, and I put the stringers up on these, and I left some on the end. That way I could show you how I prune my tomato plants. I do it basically like the production houses, the hot houses, the greenhouses. I leave a couple of runners. And here, let's just go to the okra first. Here is the okra. It's starting to come on. It really enjoys the hot weather. And this right here are the pepper plants. And they like the warmer weather too. So when it starts staying in the 70s at night, these things will really go to town. And I have to put the bamboo stakes in. You know, I've had these bamboo stakes for about 4 years, and I think I've got the better use of them because they're starting to snap off when I go to put them in the ground now. And you can see these tomato plants, they're just loving life right now. They have really gotten big over the last two weeks. Well, let me get this camera turned around, and I'm going to show you how I prune tomato plants. So this is the first pruning of the year. When you go to look at a tomato plant, you will see side shoots. A lot of people call these suckers right here. And what I try to do on the first pruning is just get the bottom leaves pulled off. That is a sucker. This is the main stem leaf right here. Notice how it comes directly out of the side, and the sucker is actually coming out at about a 45-degree angle. Let me get a better shot right there. That comes out at about a 45-degree angle. So I take these off. Now, I try to keep my tomato plants about 18 inches off of the ground, and here's another sucker, but I don't do it on the first pruning. All I'm doing is taking off the bottom leaves, the ones that are touching the ground. And the reason that you're going to want to do this is you can see the rot is already starting on the tomato plant, and if you don't nip this in the butt right away, then that is going to go up the stalk of the tomato plant. So let me get this other shoot right here, main leaf, and that is a sucker right there also. And just take that and snap it off. Now I have a bare stem. I go ahead and go up, and I don't prune the main shoot right there. I just go to the sucker, and I take the sucker off just like that. And I come up here and I take this sucker off right there. And there's one back here. You can see it, and I will get that off of there. Now I have a plant that is ready for a stringer, and I just clip it on right under here and then run it up to the top of the trellis. Guys, we're going to go out into the front yard. I want to show you my peaches, and that's going to do it for this video. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in just a few minutes. Well, this is going to do it for this video. Like I say, if this is your cup of tea, like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to flip this camera over, and I'm going to show you some of my peaches that are coming up. So this is the first time I've ever done peaches. And I put this peach tree in about 2 years ago, and the deer were rubbing on it trying to get the velvet off of their antlers. And let me come in close to show you some of the peaches that are coming. Now, I don't know how big these peaches are going to get, and I do believe they are cling free, but I don't know that. But it sure is looking healthy. Guys, that's going to do it. May God bless you and God bless your family.